rooms are locked for a reason. This one was locked with a curse. I didn't know her well. Great Aunt Margaret was the black sheep of the family, a recluse, tucked away in that monstrous house at the edge of Black Hollow. The day I received her will, I thought it was a mistake. I hadn't seen her since I was a child, but the documents were clear. Margaret Delgrave had left everything to me, including the house. I only remember one visit. I was maybe 7. I got lost in the hallways, and I saw her, Aunt Margaret, rocking in a chair, staring at the ceiling, murmuring, "She still walks at night." I thought she was mad. My parents never took me back. Years passed. Life moved on. I became a writer, scraping by in the city. So when the letter came, offering an entire estate untouched and fully paid off, it felt like fate. Or maybe bait. They said Margaret died peacefully in her sleep, but no one had seen her in over a decade. The mail piled at the gate. The electricity had long been cut, and still, when I arrived, the gate creaked open like it had been expecting me. Inside, the air was stale, heavy with the scent of dust, old wood, and something faintly sweet, like decayed flowers. Everything was exactly as she'd left it. Furniture untouched, candles unburned, but it didn't feel abandoned. It felt paused. The more I walked through that house, the more I realized Margaret wasn't just hiding from the world. She was guarding something, protecting us from something within. That door, it called to me the moment I stepped inside, and I was foolish enough to answer. Room 313, the only door nailed shut from the outside. 8 heavy iron nails, bent and rusted, a warning, not a seal. This door is not like the others. Blackened wood, blistered from age. Deep scratches mar the frame, as if something once tried to claw its way out. The rest of the house had faded with time, but this door, it looked almost defiant, like it had fought time itself. The air around it was colder, denser, as if it breathed. I heard a whisper, "Come home." I told myself it was wind, an old house settling, but I knew better. The house was watching me. That room was waiting. I found Margaret's journal in a locked drawer, page after page of erratic handwriting, most of it nonsense, except the entries about room 313. She knocks only at 313. She cannot cross the threshold, but she sees. Don't let her know your name. I didn't open that door. Not yet. But that night, I dreamt I did. I dreamt I walked into the room, barefoot, candle in hand. The flame flickered violently. The walls breathed. A figure in a bridal gown stood with her back turned. She was humming a song, something old from another century. She turned, but before I saw her face, I woke up. I hear a knock. It had begun. I told myself I was doing it to satisfy my curiosity, to write a story. But the truth was, something inside me wanted in too. I pulled out each nail, one by one. Each removed nail brought a gust of cold air. The final one let out a sharp metallic scream. The door swung inward, like it had been waiting for this moment. For me. Room 313 wasn't just a room. It was a shrine, a prison. And within it, something still lingered. Crossing into that room felt like stepping into another world, or maybe into the past. The air was different, thick, charged, and ice cold. Every breath was a whisper, The bed was still made. The sheets, yellowed with age, bore no dust, like someone had just risen from them. Candles burned without melting. The air smelled faintly of lavender and something metallic. I thought I saw someone behind me, but when I turned, I was alone. But then I saw a skeletal figure in a tattered wedding dress slumped against the wall, its bony hands clasped around an old silver locket. She was there, still in her gown, still waiting. Her skull tilted ever so slightly, like she'd been listening for someone who never came. It should have terrified me, but it didn't. Not at first. There was a sadness in the air, a terrible, aching sorrow. I reached for the locket and touched it, and then I heard a whisper. "Do you remember me?" I opened the locket, and I stopped breathing. Inside the locket, I saw a small black and white photo. A woman, Eleanor, and a man standing next to her, holding her hand. I thought it was a trick of the mind. Some long-lost ancestor, maybe. But in that moment, I felt it. The connection. She knew me, and she had waited a long, long time. I saw Eleanor in her youth, smiling shyly in the mirror, writing in a leather-bound journal. Her voice begins to narrate. They promised I'd be his bride. I wore the dress. I waited, but the door never opened. They sealed me in to bind the curse. They said she went mad, but they lied. Eleanor was a sacrifice, a living tomb, sealed behind family secrets. The room started vibrating softly. A breeze swept in, and the door behind slammed shut. Candles went out all at once. I wasn't alone anymore. She had waited so long, and now that I had found her, she wasn't letting me go. Then I heard a ghostly whisper. "You came back, just like he promised." I didn't answer. I couldn't. The room was thick with her memory, her grief, her betrayal, and something else. Something older. I should have run. I should have sealed the door. But instead, I picked up the journal beside her remains. Eleanor's voice began to narrate again. He said he loved me, said I'd be his forever. But they found out, said our blood would curse the line. The Blackwell name had to remain pure. So, they gave me to the house. They didn't just hide her, they used her. A sacrifice to bind something they feared, something they awakened. I ran. I left room 313 behind me, but the house had changed. I wasn't just in a haunted house anymore. I was inside the curse. The house was showing me its memory, repeating its sins, and I was part of the story now. Whatever they bound in room 313, it wasn't just Eleanor's spirit. It was him, the one she loved, or thought she loved. Let me go. Was it a dream, a hallucination? But the nails, the journal, the locket, all still there. I think she took something from me, or left something behind. Either way, I wasn't alone anymore. Morning came, but the house felt wrong. It was too still, like the calm after a scream. Room 313 no longer looked like a shrine to a dead woman. It looked lived in, like it was waiting for someone, or already had her. That wasn't me. That wasn't me. I heard whisper voices say, "She's ready. The bride is ready." I tried to leave. Every exit was gone. The front door led to the basement. The attic led to room 313 again. I was trapped in a maze of her memory. There were others. Dozens. All with my face. All with her fate. The house didn't want to haunt me. It wanted to remake me. Eleanor said, "You came back." We are one now. You've remembered what they tried to erase. I screamed, I'm not you. Eleanor said, You've always been me. I thought I could fight her. Burn the room, destroy the journal, bury the bones. But it was never about her. It was about the house. It had chosen me. The Blackwell estate has been quiet for years. Original woodwork, 4 bedrooms, and of course, room 313 has just been beautifully restored. Some doors are sealed with sorrow, and some with love that never died. Would you open it? Comment below, and don't forget to subscribe if you dare.